Hey guys, this is Steve. Hope you guys are doing well. Today, let's go through LeetCode problem 1828. I think this is this morning's contest, the second question. Pretty straightforward, actually brute force, but I just want to quickly go through so that don't be scared just by looking at the graph, right? There's circles, there's different colors, there's coordinates. So when faced with a problem like this, just don't be scared. It's actually pretty straightforward. So let's take a look at the problem. So problem is queries a number of points inside a circle. So you are given two arrays. One is points, where points is a 2D array. So say like this, points 1, 3, 3, 3, 5, 3, 2, 2. So this is basically x and y coordinates. For example, 1, 3 is 1 is here, 3 is here, so 1, 3 is this point. 3, 3 is here, 3, 3 is here, is this point. So the points, it's denoting by two coordinates, two dimensions, right? And then there is on the 2D plane, then there is another parameter, which is queries. So query is an array that has three dimensions, describes a circle. So x, y, and r. X, y is basically denoting the circle, the center of this circle, and r is just the radius. And the query is asking us, for each query is j, compute the number of points inside the jth circle. So query, this is a circle, and the first parameter is all of the points that are spread out through this 2D plane. The question is asking us to compute the number of points that fall inside or on the border of the circle, the number of how many points either in or on the border of the circle for each of the circles. So the idea is pretty straightforward. We'll just go through both queries and points. For every single query or every single circle, we'll just loop through the points to see how many points are within this circle or on the border of the circle. Then we'll just assign the result for each of the query to the final result. There is no, I don't think this is brute force, or you could call it brute force, or that's the only way to do this. Yeah, so, and how do we calculate? So then the problem naturally comes down to how do we calculate if a point is within the border or on the border of this given circle. Very simple math. We'll just do as long as x minus the center of the x on the x dimensions times itself and plus on the y dimension, as long as these two add up, is smaller than or equal to the square of the radius. That's it. Then that means this point is meeting the requirements, meaning it's either within or on the border of the circle. So that's it. That's the idea to solve this problem. Actually, I thought it should be labeled as easy, but it's medium. It's the second question, the second problem during the contest. So let's quickly put the idea into actual code. Let's take a look. Int, we'll see result, new int, queries length, and then return result. So what we'll do, we'll go through every single point. We'll go through every single query. Yeah, queries, meaning we'll go through every single circle. For every single circle, we'll have to go through every single point. Points. If, say, P0 minus, what's the minus? Minus Q 0. So this one, this is on the x dimension. If this one times itself plus this one on the y dimension, times itself is smaller than or equal to Q2, 0, 1, 2, right? Q has three parameters for each Q, which the third parameter index at 2 is the radius. Times itself. Oops. I'll just do like this, times itself, as long as it's smaller than or equal to the radius times itself, meaning the square of the radius. We'll just use, say, points. How many points are there? ts plus plus. And then we'll have another variable as the index for this. Result I equals points. That's it. That's it. That's the idea. So here we have a nested for loop. The first for loop is to go through every single circle. And the second for loop is to go through every single point. For every single point, we need to check whether this point falls within the current circle or on the border of the current circle. If that's the case, we'll just increment the points and then assign points. After going through all of the points, we know how many points are within or on the border of the circle. Then we just assign the points to the result. Then we increment I. We go through this. All right. Now let's run code and see if it works. All right. Yeah, accepted. Now let me hit submit. All right. Yeah, accepted. 100%, 100%. Although there's nested for loop, I don't think this is brute force, because we have to go through every single point, and in order to check for every single query, every single circle, we have to go through every single circle as well. So yeah, that's the idea. Very straightforward problem. Time complexity is the length, the number of points, and the number of queries. If this is n, if this is m, then the time complexity is n times m. Space complexity is O1. We don't need any extra space if we don't consider the final result. If we consider the final result, that's just the OM, if m is the length of the query, right? All right, this is the idea of this problem. If this helps you guys understand the problem or the solution, please do me a favor and hit the like button. That's going to really help. I really appreciate that. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, as I have accumulated quite a lot of different tutorials, videos about data structures, algorithms, DFS, BFS, priority queue, whatever you name it, to help people better prepare for the technical or coding interviews. Yeah, so hopefully I'll just, so feel free to check them out. So hopefully I'll just see you guys in just a few short seconds in my other videos. Thank you so much for watching.